Hello, good evening to everyone. I hope you are doing well. Today we will continue studying English in our series, our playlist of intermediate advanced, right? Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and to activate notification bell so that you get any updates about my channel, right? So what will we study today? We will study verbs which have other verbs followed by ing. We have already talked about it in previous videos, giving examples, but we have never studied in depth this kind of verbs. Of course, I do not intend here to study everything about it because it's impossible, but little by little we will cover the content that we have to do. So let's get going, shall we? One thing that I have noticed is that it's good to speak everything fully in English because it makes, how can I say, it makes your English more fluid, right? Smoothly. It gets smoother, you could say. So let's see. I will write some examples here, okay? And then we will analyze them. Do you mind speaking louder? Okay, I don't hear you, so I want you to speak louder, right? I can't hear you very well. Let's suppose you are giving a lecture, right, in a place, and some people who are far behind in the end of the room, they can't hear you very well. So you ask, they ask you to speak louder. So as you see, the verb mind is a verb here, okay? Mind can also be a noun, but here is a verb. If I have another verb following the verb mind, it has to be a verb with ing. It's a rule, okay? Is it continuous tense? No, it's not. So that's what we have to understand, okay? There are a series, there are many verbs which when followed, which are followed by another verb, for example, and they have to be written and spoken with ing. So let's check some of these examples, okay? And understand why we study such verbs. So after the verb mind, the next one, if it is a verb, is followed by ing, okay? She enjoyed going to the mall, okay? She wanted to go to the mall to go shopping, and then she enjoyed going to the mall. After the verb enjoy, if I have another verb, it has to be followed by ing, okay? Enjoy plus the main verb followed by ing. Not the main verb, it's another verb actually, because you have two verbs together. They convey a simple idea, right? She enjoyed something. What did she enjoy? Actually, this is the object of this sentence, right? She enjoyed. What did she enjoy? She enjoyed going to the mall. So after the verb enjoy, if I have another verb, it's mandatory that it is followed by ing. He suggested staying home. Okay, it's raining heavily, right? And it's not advisable to go out, so he suggested that we stay at home. Look, it's different when I say this and when I say that. What's the difference? Just after the verb suggest, I have another verb. If I have another verb, it's mandatory that it's followed by ing. Here is different. Here, he suggested something. The object is written here. This is the object as well, but it's written differently. Just after the verb suggest, I don't have another verb. I have a relative pronoun, I could say that. And then we have another sentence. So it's different. The rule of adding ing after a verb only applies when I have immediately after the verb another verb. Okay? So there are other verbs as well. Let's see. Have you considered living in São Paulo, for example? Have you ever considered, or have you considered living in São Paulo? I have lived my whole life until 26 years old, I could say, in my hometown. Then I had to move to Rio. Have you ever considered, or have you considered living in São Paulo? No, I have never. But it was a possibility back then. I could have gone to São Paulo in some moment in my life, but I'd rather stay here because it's easier for me. I can do everything on foot, right? And I can take the subway wherever I go in the city. In São Paulo, for example, we have the subway, but it's different. Depending on the place you go, you can't go by subway. Anyway, let's check now the sentence. Considered living. After the verb consider, if I have another verb, it has to be followed by ing, okay? He avoided looking at me. It happens, sometimes it happens that to me. I don't like someone, or I don't want to talk to someone, then I see this person just in front of me and I pretend I haven't seen him. So I avoided looking at him. So this is an example. He avoided looking at me. Right? Avoided looking. After the verb avoid, if I have another verb following, I have to write with ing. Okay, so you can see that the examples, the verb tenses here, we haven't explored. Here we have the simple present with do as an auxiliary verb. Here we have the simple past, enjoy, suggest, consider, and avoid. All of them are regular verbs because they are followed by ed when in the simple past. Regardless of the verb tense of these verbs, if you have another verb, you have to put ing in them, okay? So it's extremely important that you understand that. All right, another example. Have you finished cleaning your room? Okay, so your mom is asking you. When I was a child, I was supposed to help with the house affairs, right? I have to clean the house. the house chores, right? You clean the house, do the laundry, wash the dishes, and so forth. Many people have to help their parents. They are supposed, and you are supposed to help your parents when a child. But it's not something I want to do. Have you finished cleaning your room? So your mother asks you, right? This is the present perfect, okay? Present perfect. The same verb tense here. We have the verb have plus the main verb in the past participle. The past participle is done by adding ed in the main verb, okay? Because it's a regular verb, okay? The past participle here is also a regular verb, just by adding ed. So, have you finished cleaning your room? So, after the verb clean finish, if you have another verb, it has to be followed by ing, okay? Well, Thales, do we have other verbs as well? Yes, we have many verbs, many verbs, which use this rule. Let's check just... I guess I won't be able to finish it as the video has already 11 minutes, but I will see, I guess, another example. Let me see. He admitted lying to me. So check here. Admit. We have consonant, vowel, consonant, okay? So if I put this sentence in the simple past or the past perfect, I have to double the last consonant before adding ed. The same way, if I have the present continuous, I have to double the last letter as well, okay? It's a rule, right? We have talked about it when we were studying the past simple and the present and past continuous. I guess I have talked about it. So don't forget, if you have any doubts about the verb tenses which are exposed here in these examples, I highly recommend that you go back and watch those videos again, okay? So after the verb admit, if you have another verb, it has to be with ing. And it's different because the verb lie here, lie, meaning mentir, right? When you don't tell the truth, you don't say the truth to someone. When you have to add ing, you have to do this. Because lying, no, it doesn't exist, lying, so it's lying, okay? In some lesson in the future, perhaps we will study more of these verbs. We have the verb lay, we have the verb lie, lie as not telling the truth, and lie as being in a horizontal position, so it can have many meanings. But this is not vocabulary study, okay? But don't worry, we will study properly this kind of structure later. Okay, people, I see you next video. There are many more examples to be studied, okay? About the verb plus ing. Bye-bye.